Let's break each of them down now and start with awareness. With awareness, employees need to understand the importance of embracing change within the organization. They must recognize the potential risks and consequences of resisting or failing to adapt to necessary changes. Effective change management requires employees to be aware of the driving factors behind the change initiative, as well as the potential benefits and consequences of their involvement or lack thereof. Awareness will vary from project to project that you're leading. In some, you may just need to let people know during team meetings if it's only affecting a handful of people for the initial parts. However, if this is going to be a large scale change, say for example, you are going to be implementing a new program for diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging in your organization, you're going to want to have a lot more awareness created around that. There are a lot of fun methods that you can use to create awareness outside of just a town hall or an email campaign. Those are some obvious choices, but depending the nature of your change and your company's culture, you can get really creative with awareness. Something that I always used to tell my nephew when he was finishing high school here living with me was that when you're asking for permission to go places or do things, always let me know as soon as you know about the event it is that you want to attend. I would always tell him, with adults, the more time in advance that you give us to think and plan and change what we need to do to accommodate your request, the more likely you are to get that request. Well, same thing I find is true when you're looking at awareness in corporate changes as well. The more notice that you're able to give people, the more context that you're able to give people, the more that they can formulate their impressions about it. Think about the pros and cons for the change for themselves. Or it might bring up some initial friction once they're aware that there is going to be some kind of change. However, even in those situations, it's pretty good because at least now that they know, they're able to bring up their concerns or questions and their feedback about the types of changes. However, as a change leader, when we fail to create sufficient awareness about a change that's coming up to our employees, this is a time where you're going to find more defiant kind of resistance, people saying, well, I'm not going to do this change. Like they didn't even prepare us for it. All they did was just send us an email about it. And those are the types of things that as change leaders, we can definitely reduce negative impact on, and we should be doing it. Because again, like we said in the last video, change management is all about reducing risks, resistance being one of the largest forms out there, and increasing adoption so that we can get that ROI from the change projects we're looking at.